तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome for continuity of our Bhakti Vaibhav study of first canto Srimada Bhagvatam. We are discussing chapter 3, in which the title is Krishna is the source of all incarnations. In the first 5 verses, there is a description of the different functions of Purusha avatar. And by now we know there are 3 Purusha avatar for the purpose of creation. The Mahavishnu or Karnadakshaya Vishnu, who is the expansion of Sankarshan from Narayan. And then there is the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who is expansion of Pradyumna, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is expansion of Aniruddha. And all the incarnations which are listed in this chapter, except Krishna and Balaram, all the incarnations listed in this chapter except Krishna and Balaram are from the Purusha avatar. They are expansion of the Purusha avatar, usually Garbhodakshaya or Kshirodakshaya, both are correct. So we are starting from the verse number 11. षष्ठम अत्रेः अपत्यत्वं वृत्तः प्राप्तो अनुसूयया अनवीक्ष्ये किम् अलर्काय प्रह्लादादिभ्यः उचिवान्। The sixth, Shashtam means sixth. Atri, sage Atri. And Apatavatam means his very chaste wife. And what is the name of the wife? Anusuya. Vratta Prapto means she vowed to, and she did astral deed, and she asked for. Anavikshaksham means he instructed in the science of soul. To whom? Alarka, the name of the one person. Prahlad is another person. And Adya means Yadu and others. In 7th canto, this Dattatreya is the incarnation of Dattatreya, son of Atri and Anusuya. He instructed Prahlad Maharaj in 7th canto. In 11th canto to Yadu. 24 gurus. This is our incarnation, Dattatreya. So the translation is the sixth incarnation of the Purusha. Purusha means from the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Was the son of sage Atri. Atri means one who is beyond three modes of material nature. The wife of Atri, the Lord became her son as Dattatreya. Atri, is the son of as a son of Atri. Dat means given. He is given to Atri as a son. Who prayed from the womb of Anusuya, the wife of Atri. Anusuya means one who is non-envious. Who prayed for an incarnation. This is first line as Patniya Varta Prapta. Prayed for. He spoke on the subject of transcendence, which means science of soul, to Alaraka, Prahlad and others, Yadu and Ayya. Being requested by Anusuya, the wife of Atri, the Lord became her son as Dattatreya and taught knowledge of the soul to Alaraka, Prahlad and others. Okay? Atri and Anusuya, they prayed to the, as a Jagdish in 4th canto, Atri prayed that Jagdish please be pleased with us. So Lord appeared as Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh 3. He said, why you appear 3? I called Jagdish. They said, we 3 are the master of this universe. Jagat means universe, Ish means master. So it means he was not actually knowing who is Jagdish. But then Anusuya told all 3, please become my son. So all 3 become son of Atri and Anusuya. Brahma appeared as a moon, sun, Chandrama. Atri and Anusuya as a sun, Chandra, who is Brahma, from the expansion of Brahma. And all the moon dynasty is coming from there. And Krishna appeared in that dynasty. Atri, Brahma, Atri, Chandrama. This is the moon dynasty in which Krishna will appear. And then Shankar appear as his expansion as Durvasa. He is also son of Atri and Anusuya, Durvasa. And Vishnu appeared as Dattatreya. Is it okay? So purport is very simple. From Brahmanda Purana there is a story that Anusuya was requesting to the Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh that please you appear as my son. Okay? So by that blessing he got the Dattatreya as a son who is incarnation of Vishnu. Okay? So it's a story of Brahmanda Purana. Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu 3. Actually there are much more stories also here and there. Actually because Atri's wife is considered Anusuya, not finding fault with anybody. So Narada went and told to the Lakshmi, the wife of Vishnu, the Parvati wife of Shiva and the wife of Brahma, that you are not actually real chaste. Real chaste is Anusuya. Then they become really envious and they send their husband to go there and beg from Anusuya that she should be without cloth to bear the alms. So Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh they went to Anusuya that we want begging something from you. Say, okay, take it. He said, no, you just be without any cloth and give. He said, then you become small babies. Then I can also take away my cloth. So they become babies. And then Anusuya gave them alms and then kept there as a children. Then the three wives were not finding their husband at home. They were looking for that, and they came to Anusuya. Said, "They are our husbands." Yes, you take your husband. So she was not finding fault even with these three who did so much, trouble for her. So in this way they become three son of Anusuya. This is one story somewhere. Is a chaste wife. Anusuya is considered one of the chaste wife. Once the one Brahmani, the wife of Brahman, was taking his husband who has a skin disease. Kusht rog means leprosy. He touched to some sadhu sitting on the way. Sadhu becomes so angry. He said, "By next sunrise, let your husband die. He has polluted me." And the Brahman's wife said, "Next day sun will not rise." And there was no sun next day. And then whole planetary system was disturbed because sun is the eye for all the chakshu sarvagrahana. So they went to the Anusuya. "You do something." Then Anusuya told the Brahmani, "You allow sun to rise, I promise you I will get your husband back." So then sun came, and then Anusuya saved the husband of the Brahmani. So these are the stories Atri told to Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman when they are visiting their ashram. And Anusuya gave the teaching of womanhood to Sita Devi. So they are very, and also Anusuya is daughter of Kardam and Devuti. Among the 9 daughters of Devuti, one is Atri, daughter of this Anusuya. Okay, we're going to the next verse. Tata saptah akutya ruchi yagnoho bhaya jayatassa yamadyaha surganai apata swayambho manavantaram. 7th incarnation. Akuti is the name of mother. Now, Swayambhu Manu and Shatrupa, how are they born? From right and left side of Brahma. Okay? They have 2 sons and 3 daughters. The first creation on this planet, the first marriage was Anusuya and, Shatrupa and Swayambhu Manu. And they have 2 sons, Utanpad younger and Priyavart elder. So in 4th canto you will meet Utanpad and his lineage, and 5th canto is Priyavart and his lineage. He has 3 daughters. So from the beginning, girls are more than boys. This is the universal creation, is like that. So 3 daughters' name is, one is Devuti, married to Kadam, having 9 daughters and 1 son. This is the second creation on the planet. 9 daughters and 1 son. The second daughter's name is Akuti. She married to Ruchi Prajapati. Akuti Ruchi. And they have a son Yagya. Yagya is their son. And this Yagya is Manvantar incarnation for Swayambhu Manu. And the purport says, when there is a not eligible person to become Indra, then Supreme Lord become Indra. So this Yagya become Indra at certain time. When Rishabdev was ruling, this Yagya was Indra. This is in the 5th canto. And what is his function? Function is he has a son, Yamadya. He has a son by name Yam. Surganai for the demigods. Apat, when they were in trouble, he ruled. He became the administrator at that time as a Manvantar, as a Indra. So now see the translation. The seventh incarnation was Yajna. Yajna and Dakshina was daughter. They were born. And Swayambhu Manu adopted Yajna as adopted son. He is the son of his daughter. In the 8th canto you will meet again Yajna. When Swayambhu Manu was doing austerity, some demon attacked and that time Yajna saved him. As a Manvantar avatar at that time. So 7 incarnations is Yajna, son of Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti. Okay? So Shatrupa has 3 daughters. What are the names? 2 are Akuti, Devuti and Prasuti. And Prasuti married to Prasuti. As a daughter through the Daksha. Prasuti through the Daksha, having a daughter Sati, married to the Shiva.
This Yajna is a Vishnu Tattva.
It's a Manvantar avatar. It's from some Purusha. Yeah, Purport Prabhupada writes something. Okay, so I don't know, it may be difficult for you to memorize all these things, but it's better to know the name of 3 daughters. Of the Swayambhu Manu. So this is Akuti, huh?
Akuti married to
Ruchi Prajapati. Ruchi Prajapati. And what did he do? He controlled the period during the reign of Swayambhu Manu as a Indra. And was assisted by demigods such as his son Yam. So, Srila Prabhupada's purport says, so demigods are the administrative head of different departments, and sometimes there is not eligible person for Brahma or for Prajapati or for Indra. At that time, Lord become that. So here, during the period of Swayambhu Manu, the present period of the Vivasat Manu. Now, Prabhupada is saying, first Manu is Swayambhu. Now we are living in the 7th Manu's period. So it's a present is 7th. The present period of the Vivasat. There was no suitable living being who could occupy the post of Indra. Therefore, the king of the Indralok heaven planet, the Lord himself at that time became Indra, assisted by his sons like Yam and other demigods. Lord Yajna ruled the administration of universal affairs. So he acted as an Indra at that time. Okay? Next. Ashtame Merudevyam to Nabhir Jata Oro Karma Darashyam Vartam Dhirana Sarva Ashramaha Namaskritam. Which is this incarnation, by the way? Meru Devi is a name of the mother, and Nabhi is a name of the father. Nabhi and Meru Devi is a son by name Rishabh Dev. So this is the 8th incarnation, Rishabh Dev. And what did he do? He was Sarva Atma Namaskritam, means he is like a sannyasi. He renounced everything, and all the 4 ashram and 4 varna, they were always paying obeisance to him. So Prabhupada discussed about the 4 ashram, 4 varna. Then he says, among all of them, sannyasi is guru for all. So this is the first part of the purport. Then Prabhupada writes, sannyasi must be dhira. This is the word dhiranam. Can you see the word dhira? So Prabhupada's purport says, sannyasi must be dhira. And dhira means one who can control his senses. One who can control his mind and senses. And then Srila Prabhupada writes, teaching of Rishabh Dev. And he is especially discussing in the purport very famous teaching of Rishabdev, Tapo Divyam Putraka Yena Atma Yena Sattvam Shuddhyet and Brahma Sokhyam Anantam. You know this verse? You know, this is the first verse of chapter 5th of 5th canto, 551. Get 551, because then you know what is in the purport. What is the first line? Nayam devajan nirloke kashtan kaman vidbhujan ye tapo devyam putraka yena sattvam cha shuddhe brahma sokhyam anantam. So meaning is, if you enjoy senses, it is like hogs and dogs, which is not for human beings. Human beings should purify his existence and by austerity, and then he will have a unlimited happiness of Brahma, Sokhyam of the soul. And then Prabhupada write real happiness of the soul and material happiness. So the whole purport is on this verse teaching of Rishabdev. So in the purport what you have, number one, all the Varna ashram, they have sannyasi as their respected spiritual master. This is the first part of the purport. And the sannyasi has a 4 stages: Kuti Chak, Bahudak, Parivarjik and Paramhans. And then the sannyasi should be dhira, and dhira means one should control the senses. And then Srila Prabhupada writes teaching of Rishabdev as a the aim of the human life to do austerity, divine austerity. So now, if you read the birth, so 8th incarnation was King Rishabha, son of King Nabi, his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, Lord showed the path of perfection by his teaching, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses, dhirana, and who are honored by all orders of life. So, Srila Prabhupada's purport is first 4 Varna and 4 ashram. There's all 4 Varna and ashram, their name in technical way, and you all know this, there's no problem. Out of these, renounced order of life, or order of sannyas, is considered the highest of all. And sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. The general rule in Veda is Brahman is the spiritual master for all Varna. But for Brahman, the spiritual master is sannyasi. The rule is that Brahman for other ashram, and for Brahman, sannyasi. But sannyasi is respected by all. And when you see sannyasi is respected by all, something is coming in your mind. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, they are not respecting me, so I must take sannyas, because sannyasi is respected by all. So when you read this, you think like this, okay? Now, there are 4 stages of sannyas. We have discussed this, right? Then, this order of life is respected by all others. Maharaj Rishabh, the son of King of Nabi, and Merudev was an incarnation of Lord, and he instructed his son to follow the path of perfection. Now the teaching. And the teaching is, every living is searching for happiness. No one knows eternal unlimited happiness. Often foolish men ask for material sense and substitute the real happiness, but the foolish men forget the temporary so-called happiness derived from senses and also enjoy by hogs and dogs. Same verse, this whole same verse. Vidbhujan, right? You understand? You see this? So this is a whole teaching of this verse. The happiness, the human form of life is, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. Human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya, or undergoing voluntary path of penance and abstinence from the material pleasure. Those who have such been trained by abstinence in the material pleasure are called dhira. or a man undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhira can accept order of sannyas. You can see these couple of words Prabhupada has discussed in the purport. Is clear? They are gradually rise to the status of the Paramhansa, which is adored by all members of the society. King Rishabdev propagated the mission. This mission, at the last stage, he became completely aloof from the material bodily needs, which is a rare stage not to be imitated. Who imitated the Rishabdev's indifference to the body? Some king in the South India by name Aharan. And then Jain Dharma started. So they imitated and the Jain Dharma started. This is what is written here in the line, in between lines. Can you see this?
So Jain Dharma is not bona fide?
The Rishabdev is the founder of Jain Dharma in that sense. Is it okay? Now what is your question?
So, do I understand correctly, Rishabdev is sannyasi?
He become indifferent to the body. He left home, he was lying like a python in the forest. If he gets something, he eats. He was passing his stool and rolling in that. He was just beyond bodily concept. And that stool was smelling in so many kilometers. So there is some description of his renounce. In the end, he put a stone in his mouth, and there was a forest fire, and he left body. So he was like a Paramhansa.
And then he got sons.
Well, he took sannyas after training his sons properly. He had 100 sons. The eldest was Maharaj Bharat. 9 become great Nav-Yogendra. Son of Rishabdev, 9 become Nav-Yogendra, the great saintly, renounced order person who instructed Bhagavatam to Maharaj Nemi in 11th canto. 10 become Kshatri to rule the different planetary system, different Varshas. One was Bharat, who was ruling Bharatvarsha. And 81 become Karamkandi Brahman. So one father has some Kshatriya, some Brahmana, and some Sannyasi. It means by birth there is no work. You see, Rishabdev's sons are classified like that. 9, 10, 81. 100 sons. Okay? Now we are going to the next. Riha. Rishi bhi yachito bheje Navamam parthivim vapuho Dugdhe mam ushadhi vipraha Tenayam sa ushattamaha. Now for the word ushattama, there is a different meaning by Srila Prabhupada and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. This word has a different meaning. Srila Prabhupada writes, earth become beautiful. Ushattamaha. And Chakravarti Pal writes, Prithu become glorious as a good king. So there's only one difference. So 9th incarnation is Brahmana. In the 9th incarnation, the Lord prayed by the sages, rishis. How Prithu appeared? He is a yonij. He is a yonij. He is not born from any mother or father. It's called a yonij, without mother and father. Prithu has no mother and father. By churning the right hand of the king Vena, Prithu came because he came from the head, so he is Kshatri, as a ruler. From left hand, Archi appeared. She is the expansion of Lakshmi. And then he ruled as a best king. Before his time, there was all chaos, Prabhupada writes. He established towns and villages. He leveled the earth Before that, people was just traveling. Now he established the cities and towns. He asked Brahmins to keep their livelihood by teaching, Kshatriya by protection, Vaishya by Vanijya Gauraksha, and fourth order by service. So he established one ashram system. And most important in this verse, Dugdam Prithvi. So he milked the Mother Earth to provide the needs of all living beings, from demigod Indra to the snake. For all of them he arranged the food from Mother Earth. So this is the whole description in fourth canto. This incarnation is described in fourth canto. Is an empowered incarnation. It's an empowered incarnation. So Srila Prabhupada writes, before the advent of King Prithu, maladministration because of when? A demonic king. Then Prabhupada will write, the rishis, they don't want to rule because they have a higher purpose. They can guide the rulers. So the rishis wanted some king to rule because they don't want to be king themselves. So then they got this Prithu to rule. So Prabhupada's purport is, the intelligent class of men, namely sages and Brahmins, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethroned the previous king, Vena. It is the duty of kings to be pious and thus look after all around welfare of the citizen. Whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. Nowadays, intelligent class of men is parliament members. They dethrone the king when they, in the politics, right? So therefore, Prabhupada, when he was supposed to meet Indira Gandhi at that time, the Prime Minister of India, he said all the members of assembly must follow the four regulatory principles because they must be Brahman, otherwise they should not be accepted as member of parliament. This Prabhupada's charter written, you see, Prabhupada made a whole list when he was supposed to meet the Prime Minister. This is the motto. Then something Prabhupada has written which is good for us for personal application. See, the intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duties for the welfare of the public. Instead of occupying the royal throne, they prayed for the incarnation of Lord. And the Lord came as Maharaj Prithu. Real intelligent men are qualified Brahman, never aspire for political post. This is personal application. If you are really qualified Brahman, never try for any political post. This is personal application. Qualified Brahman should never try to get political post.
This is in a level of the state or also within the organization?
Also, in our own system, this is for the just political is something outside. In the spiritual movement, there should not be a politics. If there is a politics, it is not a spiritual movement. If there is a politics in the spiritual movement, it means it is polluted. Because we learn that kuti, nati, and all these are the unwanted weeds on the for devotional creeper. If we do this politics in devotion, then our devotion never flourishes. So it is dangerous to have politics in spiritual moments, but somehow it is there. Because people are coming from material world, it takes time for them to really come to the stage of really qualified Brahman. It takes time. Is it okay?
So how we can save ourselves from that?
Don't take post.
Huh? What?
Don't take post. Don't aspire on post.
I think more than that is we should be watchdog. When we see something like that, we openly say this is wrong, this should not be in a spiritual movement. We have to correct the people like these are doing. The Brahmins are there to re-establish the right order of the Kshatriya. rather than just watch. No. We have a higher responsibility than those. So usually speaking, there should be a Brahmanical council in each temple. A really Brahmanical council, they should be visionary. They should guide the administrators how to rule spiritually. This is actually what Srila Prabhupada made GBC is like a Brahmanical council for the whole movement. This was Prabhupada's mood. They are like a Brahmanical council. They are not administrators. They watch if our spiritual programs are going properly, if the accounts are maintained properly, the property is maintained properly. So this is their business to see the movement is on a right path. So this is the structure Prabhupada has made. These are the Brahmins, basically. If they find anything wrong, they should stop it. Okay. So qualified Brahman part is over. We are going to and now this Prabhupada writes this thing. But the complete sight of the earth also become beautiful and attractive, because now earth has a right ruler. So earth was happy. Chakravarti Pad writes differently. Parthvim Vapu means body of the king Prithu. Parth means Prithu. Parthvam is another version which means relating to Prithu. Herb is representative of other things also. He milk all things from the earth. Dugdasaj, okay. Because of that, he is considered the most desirable of all avatar. Ushattamaha. Ushattama, Usha means desired or dear. And now Srila Prabhupada writes Ushattama means, see word to word, beautifully attractive. Who? Artha or Prithu. So this is only the difference of the two Acharya and the meaning. Okay, next verse. Rupam sajjagrahe matsyam chakshusha odadi sampalve nave aropya mahimayam apar vaivaswatam manum. So we have not properly pronounced this verse. The Anushtupa Chanda, but in this it is a mixed one, it is not in four proper way. Rupam sajagramatyam chakshuchoshadi sampalvena aropya mahimayam apada vaishnavatam manum. Which incarnation is this? Matsya avatar. What did he do? He saved the earth and he instructed Maharaj Satyavarta. And that Satyavarta Maharaj was in 6th Manvantar. Now in 7th Manvantar, same Satyavarta Maharaj is Vivasvat Manu. So Matsya Avatar instructed Satyavarta. What that's called Matsya Prawn. And now that person is Vivasvat Manu in the 7th Manvantar. Same person. When there was a complete inundation after the period of Chakshus Manu, Chakshus 7th Manu, the whole purport is after every Manvantar, is there annihilation or not? And Jiva Goswami says, yes, there is. But this is a temporary, they say after Chakshus Manvantar, there was some, the word is indentation. It means water overflowing earth. And the whole world was deep within the water. The Lord accepted the form of fish and protected Vivasvat Manu. He was not Vivasvat Manu at that time, he was Satyavarta, keeping him up on the boat. So this story is in 8th canto about Manvantar. How Satyavarta found while taking bath in the river. In his hand fish, the fish become big, he brought it home. To become too big, he put in the river. Then he said, it's not ordinary fish. Then fish said, yes, now there will be small inundation. At that time there was no light, only Sapt Rishi, the 7 sages will have their light. And I will appear as a boat. Oh, I will appear as a fish. And there is something on my head as some nail or pillar. You should have this whole earth as a boat. This word says Mahi Navam. You should make this some boat and the earth as a boat and put all the seeds of all living entities there, and I will save you from that flood. And then this happened. Then Matsya talked to the Satyavarta, and then 7th Manvantara started, and that Satyavarta became Vivaswatman, son of Vivaswan, Surya Deva. And from this Manu, Sun dynasty start. Moon dynasty start from Atri. And Sun dynasty start from Vivaswatman, son of Vivaswan. Chakravarti Pad writes this: when there was an inundation after the period of the Chakshas Manu, the Lord accepted the form of fish and protected Vivaswat Manu, placing him on the boat found from the earth. So Srila Prabhupada's purport is there is not always devastation after change of every Manu. And yet this inundation after period of Chakshas Manu took place in order to show some wonders of Satyavarta. Say Satyavarta, can you see the word Satyavarta? In the purport there is the word Satyavarta. Some wonders to Satyavarta, which means fish become big for him. Just I told you a story, Satyavarta, okay? There is a one chapter in the 8th canto, last chapter. Is it okay? Then Prabhupada Srila Jiva Goswami, scripture like Vishnu, Dharma, Uttara, Markandeya Pran, Harivansh Pran, he gives the evidence that after every Manvantar there is inundation. Chakravarti Pada has also supported Jiva, it means there is inundation. So now few lines Prabhupada writes, apart from this, Lord, in order to show a special favor to Satyavarta, a devotee of Lord, in the particular period incarnated himself. So Matsya appeared for Satyavarta. Matsya appeared for Satyavarta and imparted knowledge to him. That is Matsya Pran.
They have made this earth, whole earth as a boat, or they made some separate boat?
See, Prabhupada has read some boats. There is but here the word is, see, Sanskrit verse says, Mahi Mayam, Navam Aropya Mahi Mayam. Mahi means earth, Mayam means just the whole earth become a boat for him. Or both, say, if you do the speculation, then you said, yes, from earth comes wood, and from wood becomes boat, so boat is Mahimayam. What is wrong? So earth comes from, wood comes from earth. So earth transforms in the wood, and wood becomes boat. This way you can also satisfy your inquiry, no problem. Is right? Okay, we're going next. So is there any inundation after every Manvantar? Yes, Jiva Goswami writes, quoted Dharmottara, Markandeya Puran and Harivansh Puran. You share this document with everybody? Okay, then you can read something in yourself, and you ask question, you can ask me. Verse number 16. Sura suranam udadhim manthatam mandrachalam ladhare kamattha rupena prashta ekadashe vibho. Which is this incarnation? Kurma. Kurma Rupa. Kamat means Kurma. Prishte means on his back. What is on his back? Mandrachal, a mountain. When there was a churning of the milk ocean. And who was churning the milk ocean? Surasur. The demigods and the Daitya. Okay? So now the translation is very clear. The 11th incarnation Lord took the form of tortoise, whose shell served as a pivot for the Mandrachal hell, which was being used as a churning rod by the thesis and atheist of the universe. Okay? And then what happened to the Kachap avatar? When they were churning Mandrachal, what happened to Kachap? He was sleeping. It appears just for his sleep he incarnated that somebody should scratch his scratch his back. Like mother is scratching the head of the baby sleeps. So for Kachap it was like scratching the big mountain. And Radha Govind Maharaj used to say, anybody who claimed that I am God, you ask him and then you appeared as sometime Kachap avatar, tortoise, and there was a whole hill on your back. Now you sleep, we'll put some, at least 100 kilos stone on your back and then start journey. If you survive, then we will serve you. This is a test. This is a test for any pseudo incarnation, that we will churn on his back at least 100 kilo stone if he survives. Okay? So this is, and how many incarnations are in this pastime? 2 are right here. Huh? Oh, they will come in next. This is Kachap is 1. Then 12 and 13 is also in 1. There are 4 or 5 incarnations in this pastime. 3 we will see, 4 we will see now. This is 1. Okay. This is churning. You know this is okay. I am not reading purport. It's very simple. They wanted nectar for the demigods, so they started churning together. Okay. Now next. Dhanvantram dvadashamam Triyodasmam evacha apaya Suramanyam mohinya Mohyam istriya. 2 more incarnation. This 12 is Dhanvantri, who brought the part of the kalash of the nectar from churning. And then 13 is Mohini Murti. The Supreme Lord is a beautiful lady. So there are 3 incarnations in this pastime. Who suggested this to the Indra to have this churning of the ocean? Which Vishnu? Ajit. Manvantara avatar. So there is also one of the incarnation of this Manvantara. Then Lord appeared on the top to hold the top. Then he appeared as a mode of goodness in the demigods, mode of patience in the demons, and then they started churning. So this is, and how many items came out of the churning of the ocean? 14 Ratan. Among the 14, 3 are most important. What are these 3? One is nectar, brought by Dhanvantri. Lakshmi Devi, which sustained the whole universe. And she had a Swayamvar, she selected her own husband Vishnu. And Surabhi, the cow given to the rishis by which dharma is protected. The 3 are important among the 14. Others you can just list, but in the 8th canto, not now. In the 12th incarnation, Lord appeared as Dhanvantari, and 13th allured the atheist by charming beauty of the woman and gave nectar to the demigods to drink. Prabhupada writes, nothing. Okay, verse number. Jiva Goswami writes, the Lord took the form of Dhanvantari, the 12th, and Mohini, the 13th. He made the Devata drink the nectar. What was his form? He appeared as Mohini, a woman, and bewildered those other than Devatas. He brought the nectar in the form of Dhanvantari. Ajit is third avatar involved in this pastime. So we have 4 at least clear-cut incarnations. Matsya, Dhanvantari, Mohini and Ajit. Okay? Sorry, Kurma, Dhanvantari, Mohini and Ajit. 4. Well, 4 at least. If there's a, say, what are the incarnation in the pastime of churning ocean? Say, Matsya, Kurma, Vara, Ajit. You have to take some right? Something like that, which is right. At least 4 you must know. Next. Chaturdasham Narsingam Bibhrad Daitendram Orjitam Dadahara Karajaira Uravayarkam Katakrita Yatha. It should be Irkam Katakrita Yatha. Irkam, Irka is a type of grass. Anybody has heard this word Irka, grass? This is 11th canto. How the grass was produced there? When the Samba, son of Jambati, beautiful, made a beautiful girl with a cloth in the abdomen, and they asked the sages whether he will give birth to a boy or a girl. They become angry, say there will be an iron piece which will destroy all Yaduvans. So they told this to Maharaj Ugar Singh. He said, crush this and throw in the ocean. So that iron piece was crushed into powder, thrown in the ocean. At the shore it grown as an irka grass, a very special type of grass. When all the Yaduvansis, they left Dwarka, went to the Somnath, the place of Lord Shiva. There they had a rice overnight in a water. When they ate it in the morning, they become intoxicated. Then they were fighting with one another. And they used this irka grass and touching them, and they were dying. So irka grass was for destruction of Yaduvansis there. You know this whole story? That is irka grass. And the carpenter cut the irka grass like that. Nursing them, cut the abdomen, chest of the Hiranyakashipu in 2 pieces. Analogy is irka grass. Is it okay? Daitendra means king of the Daityas. And what is the meaning of Daitya? Son of Diti. Daitya means son of Diti. And Aditya means son of Aditi. Aditya are demigods and Daitya are Asuras, demonic. Son of Diti is called Daitya. Son of Danu are called Danav. Daitya, Danav. They are son of Danu. They are all wife of Kashyap. All they are wives of Kashyap. Okay? So, Srila Prabhupada's translation, in 14 incarnation, Lord appeared as Narsinga, bifurcated the strong body of atheist Hiranyakashipu with his nails, just as a carpenter pierces the cane. And Chakravarti Pad writes, taking from Narsingadev as a 14 avatar, he pierced the chest of the strong king of the demon with his nail, just as the woodcutter breaks the irka grass. So Srila Prabhupada has no purport. Irka is a type of grass without joints. Type of grass without joints. See, big one. Okay, next. Panchadasham Vamanakam Kirtva Agada Advarvam Balehe Padatriyam Yachamanaha Padya Adustri Prishtam. Again we have not last word we have chanted long. Panchamam Vamanakam Kirtvagad Adharvam Balehe Padatriyam Yachamanaha Pratya Adishta Tripishtam. It should be like this. Four words in each Anushtupa Chanda. So in the 15th incarnation, Lord assumed the form of Brahman Vaman and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the three planetary system, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. So Adharva means yajna, arena of sacrifice, Adharva. So Almighty God can bestow upon Prabhupada's purpose. God can give you everything and He can take everything from you. So now Vamandev has come to take everything from Bali Maharaj. That's the Prabhupada's son. Okay, next. Vaman, he went to Bali's sacrifice. Number 20. Avatare Shodashame Pashyam Brahmadroho Nirapam Trihi Saptah Kirtva Kupito Nikshatra Arkon Mahim. Which is this incarnation? Parashuram. Avatare Sodash mein 16 incarnation. Pasyan Brahmadroho, those who were against the Brahman. Nirpan, the king, 3 Shapta. Shapta means? Sapta means? 7. 7 days. 3 means 3 times 7. How many? 3 times 7 is? 21. Tri Sapta means 21. Kupito Naha Kshatram Akro Mahim. Yes. Mahim means earth. He become angry 21 times. He is cleaned the earth from those Kshatriya who were against Brahmanas. In the 16th incarnation of the God, the Lord as a Bhrugupati. Bhrugupati means in the dynasty of Bhrugu. Is son of Parashuram, is son of Jamdagni and Renuka. Jamdagni and Renuka. And he is a cousin brother of Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra. The mother of Vishwamitra had a daughter. She was married to a Rishi Richak. Rishi Richak. So mother went to the daughter and asked the Rishi, we both must have son. So Rishi, he empowered the 2 sweet rice pot, one for his mother-in-law, one for his wife. Then he went to take bath. Mother thought the pot for the wife will be more, powerful than me. So she exchanged the pot with the daughter. So they exchanged the pot. When Richard came back, he said, what you did is something wrong. I wanted my wife to give birth to a Brahman, and my mother-in-law to give birth to a king, a Kshatriya. Now you have exchanged this. So my son will be ghastly Kshatriya, and the son of my mother-in-law will be Brahman. There's something wrong. So son of mother-in-law become Vishwamitra. He was a Kshatriya, but he became a Brahman, a Rishi. But the wife says, I don't want really to bear the trouble of giving a birth to a ghastly Kshatriya. It's okay. For one life, you will be Esme, you will get a son Jamdagni, but his son will be Parshurama. He will appear as a Brahman, act as a Kshatriya. So this is the story in 9th canto. The story in 9th canto among Moon dynasty, because daughter is from Moon dynasty. Is it okay? You understood what is this Parshurama, how is born? Exchange of the sweet rice parts. Okay? This exchange of parts should not be done, never be done. The big problem. Person was asked to get his urine tested for some disease. So he kept the urine in the bathroom to be sent to the laboratory. The lady cleaner came. Somehow the bottle fell down and urine was wasted. She was afraid, so she put her own urine in that bottle. When it went for a test for a man, the report came, he is pregnant. So exchange of the parts is a problem. So be careful. No exchange of anything. Hare Krishna. In the 16th incarnation of Godhead, Lord Raghupati inherited administrative class 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmins, the intelligent class. Srila Prabhupada's purport is, Kshatriya or advanced class of men are expected to rule the planet by direction of the intelligent class of men, who give direction to the ruler in terms of standard Shastra, or the books of revealed knowledge. The ruler carry on the administrative according to that direction. Whenever there is a disobedience on the part of the Kshatriya or the administrative class against the order of the learned and intelligent Brahman, the administrators are removed by force from the post, and arrangement is made for the better administration. Tripada Kirtava means 21 times. Okay. Repeated action, he did it again and again. Okay. The avatar Parshuram, they rid of the earth of the kings. Okay, next 21. Tata saptadashe jataha satyavatyam parasras chakare vedahattaro shakha drishtva punsho alpamedasa. Which is this incarnation? Vyasadeva, son of Satyavati and Parasa. Parasa is father, Satyavati is mother. He divided the Veda into 4 far less intelligent person to understand. So Srila Prabhupada's purport is about simple things. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation Godhead, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parasara Muni, and he divided one Veda into several branches and some branches, seeing that the period in general were less intelligent. So Prabhupada's purport, there was one Veda, then it became 4, and the name of the 4 Veda. This is there, Sam, Yajur, Rika, Athava. And then there are different branches, Puranas, Mahabharata. Vedic language is very difficult to understand. Therefore, to make it easy for those who are Dvij Bandhu. Dvij Bandhu means Brahman, born Brahman but not acting as a Brahman. Kshatri born not acting as a Kshatri. Vaishya born not acting as a Vaishya. They are called Brahman Bandhu, Kshatri Bandhu, or Vaishya Bandhu, or Dwej Bandhu. Dwej means one who takes two births. It means goes to the ashram of a spiritual master and get initiation. That's called Dveja. So Brahman, Kshatri and Vaishya, they are authorized to go to the spiritual master and become Dveja. Those who are not going to become a Dveja, like a Shudra woman, they are not going to ashram of Guru. For them, there are some simple scripture like Mahabharata they can read, which has all the sense of the Vedas. So that's what Prabhupada is writing, that twice born men, namely Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and they are no sanskar, then they will become Dvija Bandhu, which are as good as Shudra, Prabhupada writes, and for them Srila Vyadeva has compiled the scripture like Mahabharata and others, an easy way to understand. Alpa Veda means having small knowledge. The other way to say, Vedic knowledge is like a ocean. Nobody can use the water of ocean for drinking or cultivation. So similarly, nobody can really extract the sense from the Vedas. Therefore, we need really a saintly person who will act like a cloud. Same water from the ocean, by the austerity of the saintly people which act like a sun, that water which is salty becomes sweet in the cloud, and when the cloud shower the water, it becomes sweet. So our 6 Goswamis was asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to actually become cloud, take the bhakti from all the scripture and shower it on the people to practice in this age of Kali. The sense of Vedas is taken by the expert acharyas, is for easily understandable way for the people in general. Naradeva tamapanaha Surakarya chikirshaya Samudra nigrahadini chakare Viryani atah param. Which is this incarnation? Ram. Naradeva means Ram, king. Nara means Deva means king. And what is the word for Brahman? We discussed this in one class. Bhudev. Bhudev. Naradev is king, Bhudev is Brahman. Bhu means earth. Bhudev. Lord is administrating the planet Earth through scripture via Bhudev, Brahman, and administration by Naradev. So how Lord ruled the planet Earth? Through 2 representatives, Bhudev and Naradev. Bhudev is Brahman, which guide the Naradev Kshatriya, and they rule the planet. So this is the way Krishna arranges the administration of this planet by Bhudev and Naradev. So Naradevatam apana Surakarya Chikrishan. He came for doing the benefit to the demigods. Samudra Nigratani, he controlled the Indian Ocean by having a bridge. Prabhupada writes, stone was floating. Floating stone bridge, even science has not come to this lightest mechanism or technology. Prabhupada said, they have something light, but they have not yet a bridge without any support by the stone which are floating. And Ramchandra did this. And there's nothing difficult for Ramchandra. Big planets by his simply will are floating in the sky. So what is the problem for him? Prabhupada's purpose is like that. And Viryani Athaparam. So this is his most wonderful and extraordinary superhuman promise. So the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Ram, in order to perform some pleasing work for demigods. He exhibited superhuman power by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist King Ravan, who was on the other side of the sea. This is not in the verse. Prabhupada gave the purport about killing Ravan. This is not in the verse. So Prabhupada writes, personality of Godhead Sri Ram assumed the form of a human being and appeared on the earth for purpose of doing some pleasing work for demigods or administrative personality to maintain the order of the universe. Sometimes great demons like Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, and many others become very famous due to the advancing material civilization by the help of material science and other activities, with the spirit of challenging the established order of the Lord. For example, the attempt to fly or other planets by material means Prabhupada is condemning this space journey to the other planets. Material means is a challenge to the established order. The condition of each and every planet are different, and different class of human beings are accommodated there for particular purpose mentioned in the codes of the Lord. But the puffed up and tiny success and material advancement, sometime the godless materialists challenge the existence of God, and Ravan was one. He wanted to make a staircase to the heaven, and people without pious activities can go to the heaven. That was challenging the order of the established order of the Supreme Lord. So, Lord Ramchandra prepared a royal road on the Indian Ocean with a stone that floated on the water. The modern scientists have done research in the area of weightlessness, but it's not possible to bring in weightlessness anywhere and everywhere. But because weightlessness is the creation of Lord, by which he can make the gigantic planets fly and float in the air, he made the stone even within the earth. On this earth, to be weightless, and prepared a stone bridge on the sea without any supporting pillar. That is the display of power of God. Okay? Next. In Skanda Purana, there is a Rama Gita. It is said that he showed the universal form and was praised by the Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma. It's what it appears, Lord Ram is not one of the Purusha avatar. He is a little higher than that. It appears. He is Vasudeva of the Chaturvyu. Ram is Vasudeva of the Chaturvyu, and Lakshman is Sankarshan. So they are not from three Vishnus, because they cannot be from Aniruddha or Pradyumna. Is it okay? And same thing is about Krishna and Balaram. So therefore he is right. In Skanda Purana it is said that he showed the universal form. It means Ram was higher than the normal incarnation coming from Purusha. It was not from Aniruddha or Pradyumna. Is it okay? Okay. Eko vanshashe vanshatme Vishnesho prapta janmani Rama Krishna iti bhuvo Bhagavan ahardbharam. So in the 19th and 20th incarnation, the Lord advented himself. There's a word Bhagavan in this verse. Can you see the word Bhagavan? Bhagavan occurred. There's nowhere in the Bhagavan till now. It means these incarnations are not from Purusha. This is the Bhagavan. Is it okay? Okay. Lord advented himself as Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty, and by so doing he removed the burden of the world. Now Srila Prabhupada's purport is, inspection mention of Bhagavan in this text indicate Balaram and Krishna are original form of Lord. This will be further explained later. Krishna is not an incarnation of Purusha, as we learned from the beginning of this chapter. This is directly the original personality of Godhead, and Balaram is the First, plenary expansion of manifestation of Lord. From Baldev, the first phalanx of the plenary expansion, Vasudev, Sankrishna, Aniruddha and Pradyumna expand. Lord Krishna is Vasudev and Baldev is Sankrishna. Same thing is for Ram and Lakshmana. Okay? Chakravartipad said the word should be, okay, this is in Sanskrit, leave it. The Lord appeared in the Vishnu density as 19 and 20 in avatar named Balaram and Krishna. Relieve the burden of the earth, nothing much. The word Bhagavan here indicates the direct appearance of Bhagavan, not from Purusha named Aniruddha. Okay, very simple. Aniruddha, which means Kshirodaksha Vishnu. The word Bhagavan distinguishes Krishna from other. Krishna and Balaram are both addressed as Bhagavan, since Krishna is directly Bhagavan and Balaram is direct expansion. They both relieve the earth of its burden. Thus even Balaram also rejected an expansion of Aniruddha. Since Krishna manifests Vasudeva, Balaram manifests Sankrishna. So they are not Aniruddha. Okay? Now, verse number 24. Tata kalo sampravarte samohaya suradvesham buddho namana anjana sutaha kiktesho bhavishyati. So this is the appearance of Buddha as the son of Anjani. And Kitak means Gaya, a province of Gaya. Buddha appeared in the province of Gaya as the son of Anjana. Why? At the end of the Dwapar and beginning of Kali Yuga. What was the problem at that time? People used in the name of Veda sacrificing animal, and Buddha came to stop that. So his philosophy was ahimsa, non-violence. Then the Pandit said, Veda says sacrifice of animal. He said, I don't believe in Veda. So he preached atheism because he declined to accept the Vedas. But since he is accepted as an incarnation, so he has actually cheated the atheist to believe in Buddha, who is also incarnation. So atheists are cheated by Buddha to believe in him, but not in a Veda, and then become non-violent. Then Prabhupada comment, it means Buddha, if the Buddhism is accepted in India and outside, there must not be slaughterhouse. Otherwise, this is all cheating. Then Prabhupada goes further, he said, after Buddha came Shankaracharya. He actually brought his philosophy is like this. After the end of Dwapar Yuga, generally after the end of any Yuga, there is complete chaos in the religious principle. And Sapta Rishi, or the 7 Rishis, they have to re-establish those. So at the end of Kali Yuga, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, there was a religious chaos and everything went to negative, minus. In the name of Veda, they were doing anything. So then Buddha came and he brought them to zero. What is the philosophy of Buddha? Sunya. Sunyavad. So Buddha brought the civilization which was almost in the name of Vedas, atheist, he brought them from minus to zero. Then came Shankaracharya, who is Lord Shiva. He brought from 0 to 1, Advaita. It is also covered atheism. And then came the Vaishnava Acharya, they brought from 1 to 2, Dvaitvad. And then came Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, brought from one and many, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. In this way, there is evolution from the beginning of the Kali Yuga till now. Minus, 0, 1, 2, many. And this is the whole purport. If you read the purport, Srila Prabhupada has given the information in this line. Only maybe your question bank have a question, how Buddha cheated the atheist to believe in him. And in Nectar of Devotion, we have this one statement, if you remember. We accept Buddha, but we don't accept his philosophy, because this is atheism. This is the Nectar of Devotion. We read this, right? Because his scripture is against Vedas, not mention of God or Vedic literature. So this is a very lengthy purport, but this is the theme of the purport. The flowery language of the Vedas and Bhagavad Gita, they just do the sacrifices. They don't understand the sense of Veda, which is Krishna. So Prabhupada has given something, I think you all know. So I'm just going animal killing to stop. So this you read yourself, and if there are any question you come, okay? 25. Athaso yuga sandhyaya dasyu prayeshu rajaso janita vishno yasho namana kalaki jagatapati. So when the Kali Yuga is about to end and the new Yuga was Satya Yuga to start, at that time, Dasyu Prayeshu Rajashu, the king becomes dacoit. Dasyu means dacoit, thief. Prabhupada writes, Dasyu means plunderers, thief, dacoit, plunderer. Prayeshu means almost, Rajeshu means rulers. Janita means with barn. Vishnu Yasha means to the father Brahman by name Vishnu Yasha. And the place which is not here is called Sambalpur. He will be born in Sambalpur place and in the house of Vishnu Yasha. And his name will be Kalki Jagatpati. And he will simply kill the atheist, no preaching, only killing. So one person came in one Kumbh Mela to us with a photo from Prabhupada's Bhagavatam of Kalki. He said, we need some place to stay here because we have our Bhagwan Kalki coming. I said, where's the photo? He showed me the photo of Bhagavatam. He said, this Kalki is in our Bhagavatam. How is your Kalki's photo? You don't have your photo of the Kalki? Anyway, we rejected him. They went to the next, some pandal, and he was sitting there and everybody saying, Kalki Bhagwan has come. In our Gaushala, there was one devotee, Ghanshyam, earlier. He went there, he said, your father's name is Vishnu Yasha? You are born in a Sambalpur village? He said, no. Then you are cheater, you are not Kalki. And in public he said like that. And Prabhupada writes in these two purports, in Buddha's purport and this purport, that Bhagavatam was written 5,000 years before. Buddha came only 6 years. It means Buddha was forecast in Bhagavatam. That is the authenticity. And Kali Yuga is same thing. Kali is also forecast, so nobody can cheat. The impostor cannot cheat. This is a part of the purport. Prabhupada writes, authentic literature Bhagavatam. Is okay? Oh, so Kalki Prabhupada has written something like that. This is also 4 Yuga, their cycle, 5,000, how much left? This Bhagavatam, the name of his father is this. So this is also foretold. Yes.
It is said after 10,000 years, almost this Sanatana will finish.
Well, for a long time, this Kali Yuga, people will become smaller. There will be no religious principle. They will become just like the animals on the planet. This will continue for some time. In the meantime, some saintly people may come and they restart something.
He will be a Brahmin, Kalki's father.
Yeah, he's a Brahman.
It means still up in that time.
Yeah, always there will be somebody. God will send in some person to become his father for his appearance. Yes. Now 26. Avatara hai asankhya Hare sattva nidhe dvija Yatha vidasinah kulya sarasah syoho sahasracha. So, this verse is concluding, O Brahman, means Sanakadi Rishi, the incarnation of Lord are innumerable, sahasrasa, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible source of water. There's a big water and then from all sides there are rivers you cannot count. So incarnations are unlimited. So Srila Prabhupada writes, the list of incarnation of personality Godhead given here is not complete. It is only a partial view of all the incarnation. There are many others such as VIHE, which will be in the next second canto, 7th chapter. Then there is a Hari, Hansa, Prishni Garbha, Vibhu, Satyasin, Vaikunta, Sarvbhauma, Vishwakeshan, Dharma Setu, Sudama, Yogeshwara, Bradda, Bhanu and others of the bygone ages. Sri Prahlad Maharaj said in his prayer, my dear Lord, you manifest in as many incarnations as there are species of life, namely the aquatic, the vegetable, the reptile, the birds, the beast, the man, and the demigod, etc., just for the maintenance of the faithful and annihilation of unfaithful. You advent yourself in this way in accordance with the necessity of the different yuga. In the Kali Yuga, you have incarnated, grabbed as a devotee. This incarnation of Lord in the Kali Yuga is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chinna avatar. The word used, Prahlad, Chinna, means covered, masked. There are many other places, both in the Bhagavatam and in other scripture, in which the incarnation of Lord as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explicitly mentioned. In the Brahma Samhita also, it is said indirectly that although there are many incarnations of the Lord such as Ram, Narsingha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma and many others, Lord himself sometime incarnate in person. Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not therefore incarnation but original source of all incarnations. This will be clearly explained in the next shloka. So the Lord is inexhaustible source for innumerable incarnations which are not always mentioned, but such incarnations are distinguished by specific extraordinary feats which are impossible to be performed by any living being. That is the general test to identify an incarnation of the Lord, directly and indirectly empowered. Some incarnation mentioned above are almost plenary portion. For instance, Kumaras are empowered with transcendent knowledge. Shri Narad is empowered with devotional service. Maharaj Prithu is an empowered incarnation with executive function. Matsya incarnation is directly a plenary portion. So it's a plenary portion, it means it's a Vishnu Tattva. And other three are empowered. So the innumerable incarnation of Lord are manifested all over the universe constantly, without cessation, as the water flows constantly from the waterfalls. This verse summarizes all the avatars since some like Haigriva and Hans were not mentioned in this list. The comparison is made with the treasure house, Sattva Nidhi. Sattva Nidhi, Nidhi means treasure house, or an ocean of pure Shuddha Sattva form of the eternity, knowledge and bliss, because the forms cannot be counted. Avidasinaha means inexhaustible. Normally by giving out water, a lake becomes exhausted. Countless avatars arise from the Lord like thousands of small streams. Kulya, natural torrents flowing from an inexhaustible lake. Asankhya means not countable. However, there is another meaning not well known. Asamyak khyata. Some like Purusha avatar are well known, others are not well known. Prahlad has said, these are the verses. And these verses are here. In this way, by preparation and various incarnations as human beings and animals, get same thing Prabhupada has written, as incarnation and different. In Kali Yuga is a Charna avatar Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, next. Jiva Goswami also writes something, Chanavataram Nam, Chan Svam Nam. Oh, he has quoted. All the other not mentioned, such as Haigriva, Hari, Hansa, Prishnigarva, Vibhu, Satyasin, Vaikunth Prabhupada is given all the same name from Jiva Goswami's Sandarbhas. Okay, verse number 27 finishes this section. Rishyoho manavo deva manoputraha manojassaha kalaha sarve harer eva sa prajapatyah smrtaha. All the rishis, Manus, demigod and descendant of the Manu, who are specially powered, are plenary portion or portion of the plenary portion of the Lord. This also includes Prajapatis. So what are they called? Vibhutis. They are Vibhutis. They are Vibhutis. All the sages, Manu, Devata, powerful human, son of Manu, along with Brahma, son, are also considered to be Vibhutis of the Lord. Can you see? They are Vibhutis. Yesterday we have two, either they are Kala or Vibhuti. Those who are comparatively less powerful are called Vibhuti. Those who are comparatively more powerful are called Avesh incarnation. So among the incarnation there are Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva, which are empowered. Those which are empowered, they have more power, they are called Shakti Esh Avatar. If they less power, they are called Vibhuti. Is it okay?
So Vibhutis also have to be listed in the Shastra?
Yes, in
Yes,
10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Vibhutis, all Vibhutis.
Besides that,
Also there are Vibhutis, and 7th chapter also there are Vibhutis. 9th chapter has some Vibhutis, and also other scripture has Vibhutis, even Bhagavatam has a Vibhutis. The Vibhutis of Lord are described. Kala referred to Vibhutis. Kala refers to Vibhuti. Ans refers to Vishnu Tattva. Kala refers to Vibhutis. If they manifest very little of the Lord's Shakti, they are called Vibhutis. If they manifest great Shakti, they are called Avesh. So Kala is either Avesh or Vibhuti. Kala is Vibhu, either Avesh or Vibhuti according to the power. More power, Avesh, less power, Vibhuti. Now these two verses are most important. And in the two verses, this verse which we are going to read now is called Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagvatam. This verse is Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavatam. It means it is the pivot of Bhagavatam. Whole Bhagavat is revolving around this one verse. If any other meaning comes, we have to bring it to this meaning. That is the meaning of Paribhasha Sutra. What is the Paribhasha Sutra of Nectar of Devotion? Anya Vilashita Sunyam is a Paribhasha Sutra. Ete chansha kalaha punshaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indriyari Vyakulam Lokam Vridyanti Yuge Yuge. Ete means all which I have just described. Either they are Ansa, which means Vishnu Tattva, or Kala, which means Avesh or Vibhuti. Is it okay? Punshaha, Punsha of the Supreme. And who is the Supreme? Krishna. They are either the Ans or Kala of Krishna. Who is Krishna? Swayam Bhagavan. Tu means but. It means subject change. He is not incarnation. Tu means but, which means he is not Kala, not Ans. He is Swayam Bhagavan. And then why the Ans and Kala are coming? Why the Ans and Kala are coming? Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. When the demigod or other places there is a trouble, in every yug they come. Who come every yug? Ans and Kala. But Swayam Bhagavan, Krishna is not supposed to come for this purpose. Chaitanya Charitamrita said, Krishna is not appearing for unburdening the earth or protecting the sadhu. He is simply coming to teach the lesson of love of God through Raganoga path. He brings with him all his eternal associates as friend, as servant, as parents, and as his lovers. And he simply has that pastime. That is the purpose of Krishna's incarnation. He is not for Paritranaya Sadhunam. No, he is not for them. This is Vishnu's business. It's the business of Ansar Kala. It's not his business. His business is to teach the love of God. By example, only Raganoga way to bring back people back to Golok. That's only Krishna's business. Chaitanya Charitamrita, these are the verses. Okay, Srila Prabhupada writes, all the above mentioned incarnation are either plenary portion, which means Ans, or portion of plenary portion, which means Kala. And Kala has two parts. More power, they are called Shakti-avesh. Less power, they are called Vibhutis. But the Lord Sri Krishna, original personality of Godhead, all of them appear on the planet whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheist. The Lord incarnate to protect the theist. That is all incarnation, not Krishna. All avatar mentioned and not mentioned here, who are portion of Mahavishnu or empowered Jiva, create happiness in the world whenever it is afflicted by the demon and their ideas. But Krishna is ultimate form of Bhagavan. Okay? There must be a lengthy purport for this. In this particular instant, the Krishna, the Supreme Person of God, is distinguished from the other incarnation by word tu and Bhagavan. He is counted amongst the avatar because of his causeless mercy. The Lord descend from his transcendental abode. Avatar means one who descends. All the incarnation of Lord, including Lord himself, descend on the different planets of the material world as also in different species of life to fulfill particular mission. Sometime he comes himself and sometimes his different plenary portions are part of plenary portions or his differentiated portions. Differentiated portions directly or indirectly empowered by him descend on this material world. Differentiated and separate. Differentiated is Vishnu. Jiva is separated. Originally, the Lord is full of all opulences, all power, all fame, all beauty, 6 opulences. When they are partly manifest through the plenary portion or part of plenary portion, it should be noted that certain manifestation of its different powers are required for those particular functions. When in the room small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulb. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large-scale industrial dynamos with a greater volts. Similarly, the incarnation of Lord display limited power because so much power is needed at that particular time. For example, Lord Parshuram and Lord Narsingha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriya 21 times and killing the greatly powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakashi. Was so powerful that even the demigod in other planet would tremble simply by the unfavorable raising of his arrow. The demigods in the higher level of material existence many times excel the most well-to-do human beings in duration of life, beauty, wealth, paraphernalia, and in all other respects, still they are afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Thus we can simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by nails of Lord Nrsimha. This means that anyone materially powerful cannot withstand the strength of the Lord's nails. Similarly, Jamadagniyaha, which means Parsuram, displayed the Lord's power to kill all the disobedient kings powerfully situated in their respective states. The Lord's empowered incarnation Narad and plenary incarnation of Vara, as well as indirectly empowered Lord Buddha, created faith in the mass of people. The incarnation of Ram and Dhanvantri displayed his fame, and Balaram, Mohini, and Vaman expressed his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kurma, and Kapil exhibited his transcendental knowledge. Dattatreya gave knowledge to Yadu, Prahlad. Matsya gave knowledge to Satyavarta. Kurma gave knowledge to no one. Kapila gave knowledge to Kumara gave knowledge to Prithu Maharaj, yes. And Narad, they spoke about Bhagavad of Bhagavatam, yes. And Kapila, the Devuti. So there, it means Prabhupada is giving the list of the different incarnation with a specific function. Nar and Narayan Rishi exhibited his renunciation, so all the different indirectly and directly empowered incarnation of the Lord manifest different features. But the Lord Krishna, the primal Lord, exhibited the complete feature of Godhead, and thus it is confirmed that he is the source of all other incarnation. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastime with the cowherd girls. His pastime with the gopis are all display of transcendental existence, bliss and knowledge. Although these are manifested apparently as a sex love, the specific attraction of his pastime with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam related these transcendental pastime in 10th canto, and in order to reach position to understand transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's pastime with gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, this statement, in accordance with the authoritative sources, Lord Krishna is the source of all other incarnation. It is not that Lord Krishna has any source of incarnation. All the symptoms of the Supreme Truth in full are present in person of Lord Sri Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord emphatically declared that there is no truth greater than or equal to him. Na partram nasti dhananjaya. In this standard, the word Swayam is particularly mentioned to confirm that Lord Krishna has no other source than himself. Although in other places, the incarnation are described as Bhagavan because of their specific function. Now, nowhere are they declared to be the Supreme Personality. In this stanza, the word Swayam signifies the supremacy as the Samam Bonam. The Samam Bonam Krishna is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself various portion and particles as Swayam Roop. Now these are the technical words. As Swayam Roop, Swayam Prakash, Tad Ekatma, Prabhav, Vaibhav, Vilas, Avatar, Avesh and Jiva. These are the terms which needs explanation based on Chaitanya. What is Swayam Roop? What is Swayam Prakash? What is Ekatma? What is Prabhav? What is Vaibhav? What is Vilas? What is Avatar, Avesh and Jiva? All provided with innumerable energies just suitable to the respective person and personalities. Learned scholar and transcendental subject have carefully analyzed the Samam Bonam Krishna to have 64 principal attributes. All the expansion or category of Lord possess only some percentage of these attributes. But can you understand what he's saying? Human beings 50 in small quantity. Same 50 in more quantity demigod. 5 more in Lord Shiva, which are not in demigods even. 5 more than Shiva in Narayan, so it is 60, which are not in Shiva. 4 more in Krishna, which are not in Narayan. So Krishna is 64. So 78% is human being. More than that, 5% are in Shiva, and more than 5 in Narayan. And last 4, there are 50, 55, 60, 64. And then they made a percentage, 78, 80, 90, something like that. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So what are the 4 which are specific in Krishna, which are in Narayan, not Narayan? Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Prem Madhuri. Prem Madhuri. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Swayam Bhagavan Krishna has 4 features. Nitya Kishore, which means Rup Madhuri. Natvar, which means Leela Madhuri. Gop Veshdhar and Venukar. One is a Venu Madhuri, and what is left is Prem Madhuri, Gop Veshdhar. So these are the 4 names Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used for Lord Sri Krishna, which is not in Narayan. Nitya Kishore, Natvar, Gop Veshdhar, Venukar. Is it okay? This is what is written is all these type. Okay. Sri Krishna possesses of attributes 100%, 100%, and his personal expansion such as Swayam Prakash, Tad Ekatma, up to the category of Avatar, who are all Vishnu Tattva, possess up to 93% of these. 93% means 60. Not 64, but only 60. 60 is equal to 93%. Lord Shiva, who is neither avatar nor Avesh, nor in the between them, possesses about 84, which means 55. 55 is equal to 84%. But the jivas are the individual living beings in different states of life, possess up to limit of 78, which means 50. 50 is equal to 78. 55 is equal to 84. 60 is equal to 93. And 100 is equal to 64. You see this? This is the way, both way. In Bhagavad Gita, in some purport, it's like that. 78% in the living entities. The most perfect of living beings is Brahma, the supreme administrator of one universe. He possesses 78% of the attributes in full. Jiva is small, he is full. All other demigods have the same attribute in less quantity, whereas human beings possess attributes in very minute quantity. The standard of perfection of human being is to develop the attribute up to the 78% in full. The living beings can never possess attribute like Shiva, Vishnu or Lord Krishna. No 55, no 60, no 64. The living beings can become godly by developing 78% transcendental attributes in fullness. But they can never become God like Shiva, Vishnu or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course if he can. The godly living beings who are all resident of the planets in the spiritual sky are eternally associated of God in different spiritual planets called Hari Dham, Mahesh Dham, the abode of Krishna. They all, above all the spiritual planets called Krishna Lok or Golok Vrindavan, and the perfect living beings and developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness can enter the planet of Krishna Lok after leaving present body. Chakravarti Pad writes, are all these avatars equal or are they graded? This verse ends for those avatars previously described and those not described are answered. Matsya, Kurma, etc. And some of whom are Kala, Kumara, Narad, etc. Avesh avatar. Of the first Purush described, Mahavishnu. Thus it is said in the Lagu Bhagavatam. Empowered by Lord with portion of his power such as knowledge or forms, example existing in the Vaikuntha as a sage, Narad, and the Padma Purana says, it's too small and too lengthy. Hare Krishna. Wow. And Jiva Goswami will be more lengthy than this. This is Karma Sandar Jiva Goswami. Also Krishna Sandram. See, I'm just scrolling and you see, my God. Gargas and the other thought. 6 categories. Paripurnatam. From the Lord, for all power and glories enter into the Paripurna form, the original form of the Lord Himself. Transcendental qualities people say Puran, including Chaturvyu incarnation, Vasudeva, Sankrishna, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, they are Puran. And what are the examples? Narsinga, Rama, Lord Hari, of the Swedu, Vaikuntha, Yagya, and Narnarayan. Avesh, various Avesh incarnation of Vishnu, they are Jiva, mission is Parasuram, Ansa, Brahma, etc. Ansa, portion and work residual. Marichi, Kala, these are the like Kala. And Sri Narduacha, so this is for you as a, what you call, soul, food for soul.
Kapila and Kurma is on the same category.
Okay, you see this. Hare Krishna, I am in class. Who is this? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Oh, Amo Valila, Hari Bol. Yeah. Can? Yes. Please accept my humble obeisance and all glory Srila Prabhupada. I'm just giving a class on Bhakti Vaibhav. Can I call you after 15 minutes? Is it okay? Oh, thank you. The disciple of Prabhupada who started preaching in Pakistan. His father was in India as a priest, so he learned the Hindi language. So Prabhupada wanted him to go and preach in Pakistan. And he came there late. Prabhupada asked him 76 or 7 to go. But he only came by 81. So he just called me like somehow. I think our time is also over. So this later portion, which is too lengthy, if you are too interested, then you can refer to it. So many Puranas, so many verses, and then the last verses. Janma goyam bhagavato ya etat pratayo narasayam prater granam bhaktya dukkha gramad vimuchyate. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearance of Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries. This is Shruti Pal for name of this incarnation. So, very small purport by Srila Prabhupada. So we will start from here in the next class. Okay?
Yes.
Now we have the second portion, the universal form and the jiva. and it's covering this one portion, and the next portion is glories of Bhagavatam. So we have 2 portions left to finish this chapter. Is it okay? Krishna incarnation we will have to maybe sometime discuss more as much as you like. We have read Prabhupada's purport completely. It's too much to really discuss the 2 other acharyas' commentaries, but it's for you to read this, okay? So see you 2:30, okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, what is the question? Huh? क्यों? Whose class is next? Tomorrow? What is about tomorrow?
Saturday, no classes.
Because there is almost one full class left.